Man, has it been a while since I've done this. All I can do is apologize, say I'm sorry, and let's move forward. No excuses. But I haven't done a whiskey review in a long time. That's on me. I know I've done some other stuff and you probably didn't like it. I apologize. Enough's enough. So let's get to today. And what we're going to do today is review a new whiskey, but kind of an old whiskey. One that I've touted before, but not actually touted this particular version, I guess. There's no easy way to explain it, I guess. So I kind of have to explain it. If you remember Belle Meade Reserve, because I've had that on some buyer's guide lists in the past. Well, we're going to talk about that one today. But we're not going to talk about that one. We're going to talk about the other one. I know, it's confusing, but I'll go over a few things and we'll set the record straight as to what's going on and what you can get now. So if you were a fan of Belle Meade Reserve and you can't find it, here is what you can get now that is a replacement for that most excellent brown juice Belle Meade. And that's Nelson Brothers. I know, doesn't say Belle Meade on it, but this is Belle Meade now. But it's not Belle Meade, I'll explain, trust me, just bear with me. Again, I get it, it's confusing, but this is it. This is what you want, so I'll explain. Just hold on. Cut to the intro. So the short, simple, quick answer is this. It was all started sometime after the Civil War by Charles Nelson. And he at the time was probably the most premier whiskey distiller of that era. Jack Daniels somehow overshadowed it, and it didn't really get as popular as that for the time. So let's fast forward a few decades, and his great-great-grandchildren, Charles and Andy Nelson, decided that they would pick up where their great-great-grandfather left off. Now, this being modern times, the early 2000s, I do believe, they wanted to reinstitute Belle Meade. But they didn't have a way to do it themselves as quickly as they wanted to, so they partnered with Constellation brand. The Constellation brand is in the beverage industry, but they're not an MGP. So they did the distilling for the Belle Meade product. And that's how we had Belle Meade. Now, other controversies took place, and the brothers decided that they wanted to take it and make it their own, even more so than having another distillery do the work for them. But because of different contracts that changed over time, Constellation brand had a controlling interest in the Belle Meade name. So they went ahead and they took it upon themselves to do their own in-house. Hence Nelson Brothers Reserve. Now, again, more controversy took place. I'm not going to get into all the details because it gets kind of boring and I can't really find a great history and a great way to explain it other than they did actually, through the courts, get the Belle Meade name back. And they have it currently. But you're not going to find Belle Meade anywhere except for locally within the Greenbrier, Tennessee area from which Belle Meade is produced. Nelson Brothers is the one that is going to be distributed elsewhere. Why they chose to do that, I don't know. Maybe they wanted the Belle Meade product to be a little more premier and have it so that they only had it at their own distilleries. Maybe they wanted it as their own premier brand, and that's how you would get it. But they do offer Nelson Brothers Reserve. So this is a brand new bottle. It was purchased for me from a friend of mine at the distillery, and we're going to find out exactly what this tastes like. And I'm going to break it down for you. And if you're lucky, I might actually compare it to an original Belle Meade. Well, not the original Belle Meade of the great-great-grandfather, more of the going back a few years when they, you know what I mean. Not like, anyway, I'll just skip it. Yeah, you know what I'm getting at. So let's go ahead, crack into this, and we're going to see if it's worthy of the Belle Meade tradition. I'm looking forward to this because, yeah, I mean, Belle Meade's one of my favorites, and yeah, I'm knowing that I can get at least something that's relatively close to it is going to be fantastic. Chef's kiss. I mean, just Belle Meade, how can you go wrong? I mean, all right. So I'm going to crack into this. Oh, that was a great pop. Very reminiscent. Very, very reminiscent. So this is the Belle Meade, or wow, I got stuck on that one. So this is the Nelson Brothers Reserve Bourbon. This is 107.8 proof. The original Belle Meade, I think, was 107.3, but don't quote me on that. I'll just show you. I do have a bottle of Belle Meade Reserve. Don't have much left, but that's okay. So, oh, the Belle Meade was 108.3, so there's a little bit of a difference. The proof is only about half a percent off. So, yeah, we're not even, proof-wise, we're not even going to notice the difference. But this is going to be for later, to compare between the two. Now, right off the bat, I can tell that from the color, it's pretty much the same. I know that the other bottle is a little bit lighter, but that's just because there's not as much in there. On the nose from the cork, there's a lot of similarities. So, it's just got that nice, sweet, bright note to it. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of that caramel and vanilla. This one is a high rye, from what it says on here. They're saying that it's going to have notes of dark cherry, spice, and vanilla, which I will agree with that. I used to get almost a cherry cordial. Maybe not quite so much, maybe with dark chocolate, if that makes sense. That's what I used to get from Belle Meade. So I'm hoping that we get the same, because they're claiming it's pretty much the same. So let's go ahead, give her a pour. Ah, yes. bottles are, looks like identical. Yeah, they're identical. I really like how it's still real nice and oily. It really sticks to the glass. Still has a nice dark caramel tone to it. Maybe it's just me, but it's got kind of an oddity on the nose. Maybe a little bit of funk? I don't know. Oh, I just like the original Belle Meade. That proof does not hit you like you would think it would, even on the nose. But I definitely get the dark cherry. Maybe not necessarily graham cracker, but kind of some sort of cinnamon-like note, but more of a, in the way of maybe a cinnamon roll. Yes, and that vanilla comes through. There's some wood notes. Maybe that's the funk. Nice woody note in there. I can't quite pick it out though. It's really nice though. Ooh. A lot of the proof actually hits you on that if you swish it around a little bit, but it's not harsh. You can feel that proof on the tongue. The hug isn't very much, although you get a little bit. Definitely some dark cherry, some dark chocolate. A lot of vanilla, a lot of creaminess to it. It's almost got a velvet feel on the tongue. It's really nice. The mouthfeel is excellent. It's just super bright, light, with just that kind of, oh yeah. But there's still a bready note in there too. I can't quite pick it out. It's interesting. You would almost think that, now I'm going to compare, of course, but you would almost think that it's a higher proof than even, what did it say, 107? 107, yeah, 107.8. You'd almost think it's a little bit higher proof. Not to say that it's hot, but it does have some heat to it. Oh yeah, there it is. Second drink, let it go. You get that dark chocolate, dark. How many have I had of these? I swear, just one. This is a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, that's definitely that dark chocolate cherry cordial. That's exactly what I'm getting on this. A little bit of graham cracker, lots of vanilla. I get a nice wood note, but I can't quite figure out what that is. It's not like charred oak. It's almost like a pine. It's really odd. I've never really gotten a pine note to it, but it's got that, just how you would, smell pine. Same thing if you just had it on your taste buds. Interesting. Wow, that's really good. There's a lot coming through. It's almost becoming very complex. I really enjoy it. I do want to compare it though to the original Belle Meade. Gotta pour that one sparingly. I want to try and keep it as long as possible. I know, a lot of people will say there's too much air in the bottle and it'll oxidize, it'll turn the bourbon sour, and I don't care about all that. It's going to be fine, trust me. So this is the Belle Meade. I get a lot of the same notes, but some of them are almost kind of tamped down a little bit. And I get that. That might be due to how much older that is or how much longer I've had that. And that there's some air in the bottle. I get it, but I do get a lot of the same notes. Got a little char on the nose. Oh, okay. That's what it's missing. I'm missing the caramel. The original has all of those that I said in the first, the cherry cordial, a little bit of graham cracker, the vanilla, but there's so much more caramel in the Belle Meade. That's what the Nelson Brothers is missing. The proof, it's got a bite at the front, but later on that bite goes away fairly quickly. So the bite hangs on a little bit longer with Nelson Brothers. Oh man. Tons more caramel. A ton more caramel. I hate to say it, but yeah, it's that caramel, it's there, but it's not near as much as what is in the Belle Meade. It is a little disappointing. It's definitely not one to pass up, but it might still come out. Of course, there's those that say that the neck pour is not the best pour. So going forward, maybe that caramel will come out now that it's gotten some air to it. Maybe that might open it up a little bit. But all of the really good things about it, minus the amount of caramel, the Nelson Brothers is right there. It's almost identical. Proof hits a little hotter than the Belle Meade did. Not quite as bad, and not quite, not bad, but it's there, and you notice it, but it dissipates really quick, and I like that. As a replacement to Belle Meade, I would say no. It's not an exact replacement, but it is definitely not one to shy away from. This is going to be one that you want to pick up, because I'm really thinking those other notes will start to shine through the more I get into this bottle. And I know that I'll be able to pick this bottle up as a nationwide, probably worldwide distributorship, whereas the Belle Meade's going to be more of a localized, and I won't be able to get that as easily. So yeah, I'm going to call it an 8.7 on a scale of 10. It's just missing a little bit more caramel. I'd like to get a little more wood out of it, a little more char, even though the Belle Meade Reserve doesn't have those, does have the more caramel. So yeah, and I'll be honest, I don't even know what this bottle cost, because this was a gift. But from what I understand, it's about the same price that Belle Meade Reserve was. So that $50-ish range, which is a great range for bourbons. If you see it, I certainly wouldn't pass on it. Yeah, it's a premier whiskey. Well, maybe not premier, but it's definitely one that you want to have and experience for yourself. I might be missing something, but I definitely think this is a very close replacement to Belle Meade. Missing a couple of notes, but it's right there. So, well, I'm going to finish these and enjoy them. So we're going to leave this until the next episode, and I'm going to try and do some more whiskey reviews. I got a ton up there that I've never reviewed. I have a plan, and tell me what you think of this. As a blind review, I think what I'm going to do is try something a little different. I have a set of dice. Yeah, bear with me. I have a set of dice, and I'm going to do a random dice review. We're going to let the dice call the whiskey. So tell me what you think. What I'll do is I'll just roll the dice, make sure it's on camera so that you can see I'm not cheating in any way, shape, or form. And I'm going to let the dice pick which one of these I review the next time. I think that might be kind of interesting. So we'll give that a shot, see what y'all think, and I want to get back into doing this again because it's been way too long, and I apologize, but let's move on from that. So I want to thank each and every one of you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Do all those things that all the other YouTubers and TikTokers and whatever else social medias ask you to do. Please do. I really do want to make a go of this. It's tough for me some days, but I think everybody understands. So, as always, I want to thank you. Long ashes and full glasses to each and every one of you. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Oof. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm already drinking. This can't be a bad day. I still get that pine, which is kind of neat. I've never really gotten a pine note out of a bourbon. Maybe that's because it's a high rye. Normally I don't like rye, but this one has a little bit of that sharpness that gives it a kind of a woodsy pine note. I don't know how else to explain it. I really don't. So it kind of baffles me, but I do like it. Because of that, it's why I ranked it pretty well. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye.